First, the nation is awaiting a potential criminal indictment of former President Donald Trump.
As he entered that building, he was officially under arrest.
Quiet, quiet, quiet. It's a fight against his rejection of truth.
Trump, for his part, denies any wrongdoing.
Donald Trump's presidency from 2017 to 2021 was marked by decisions that reshaped domestic and international politics. Whether praised or criticized, these moves had far-reaching consequences. Here are the top 10 most important decisions made by Donald Trump during his time in office. Number 10. Withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement, 2017. In June 2017, Trump announced the United States' withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement, citing concerns that the accord was unfair to the U.S. economy. He argued that the agreement placed undue burdens on American industries while allowing countries like China and India to continue polluting at high levels. Critics saw this decision as a major setback for global climate action, while supporters viewed it as a step toward prioritizing U.S. jobs and sovereignty over international agreements. The withdrawal officially took effect in November 2020, leaving the U.S. as the only country outside the agreement. Number 9. Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, 2017. One of Trump's most significant legislative achievements was signing the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act into law in December 2017. The act overhauled the tax code, cutting corporate tax rates from 35% to 21% and providing temporary tax cuts for individuals. Proponents argued that the changes spurred economic growth, increased business investments, and boosted employment. Critics, however, claimed that the benefits disproportionately favored corporations and the wealthy, while ballooning the national deficit. Despite the mixed reviews, the act had a lasting impact on the U.S. economy. Number 8. Appointing 3 Supreme Court justices. During his presidency, Donald Trump appointed Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court, solidifying a 6-3 conservative majority that could influence American law for decades. These appointments were particularly significant due to their timing and the ideological shift they brought to the court. Gorsuch was appointed in 2017, following a controversial Senate decision to block President Obama's nominee, Merrick Garland. Kavanaugh's confirmation in 2018 was marked by heated hearings over allegations of sexual misconduct, which he denied. Barrett's appointment in 2020, just weeks before the presidential election, drew criticism from Democrats but was celebrated by conservatives. These justices have since played pivotal roles in decisions on issues such as abortion, gun rights, and religious freedom, leaving a lasting impact on the judiciary and American society. Number 7. Travel Ban Executive Order, 2017. In January 2017, Donald Trump issued an executive order temporarily banning entry into the United States for citizens of 7 predominantly Muslim countries, sparking immediate controversy. Officially titled the Protecting the Nation from Foreign Terrorist Entry to the United States Order, it was framed as a national security measure. The move faced widespread protests, legal challenges, and criticism from civil rights groups, who argued it was discriminatory and unconstitutional. After revisions and legal battles, a modified version of the travel ban was upheld by the Supreme Court in 2018. Supporters hailed it as a necessary step to strengthen U.S. border security, while opponents viewed it as a symbol of the administration's hardline immigration stance and religious discrimination. The travel ban became one of the most contentious and defining policies of Trump's presidency. Number 6. Recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital, 2017. In December 2017, Donald Trump formally recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, breaking with decades of U.S. foreign policy and fulfilling a long-standing campaign promise. He also announced plans to move the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, a move that was completed in May 2018. While the decision was celebrated by Israel and many of Trump's supporters, it sparked widespread protests in the Palestinian territories and condemnation from international leaders who viewed it as a setback to the Israeli-Palestinian peace process. The recognition was seen as a major shift in U.S. diplomacy, aligning closely with Israel's claims while further complicating the already fragile Middle East peace negotiations. Number 5. Trade war with China. Trump's decision to impose tariffs on billions of dollars worth of Chinese imports marked a significant shift in U.S.-China relations. Starting in 2018, he levied tariffs to pressure China to address issues such as intellectual property theft, trade imbalances, and unfair trade practices. The trade war hurt U.S. farmers and businesses dependent on Chinese markets, but was praised by some as a bold stance against China's economic policies. It also led to the Phase 1 trade deal in 2020, with promises of increased agricultural exports to China. Number 4. COVID-19 vaccine development. The Trump administration launched Operation Warp Speed in May 2020, a public-private partnership to accelerate the development, manufacturing, and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines. By the end of 2020, multiple vaccines, including those from Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna, were authorized for emergency use. While Trump's broader handling of the pandemic faced heavy criticism, Operation Warp Speed was widely regarded as a success that saved millions of lives by expediting vaccine availability. Number 3. Withdrawal from the Iran nuclear deal, 2018. In May 2018, Donald Trump announced the U.S. withdrawal from the Iran nuclear deal, officially known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. The agreement, brokered during the Obama administration, aimed to limit Iran's nuclear program in exchange for the lifting of economic sanctions. Trump criticized the deal as flawed, arguing it failed to address Iran's ballistic missile program and regional influence through proxy groups. The U.S. reimposed sanctions, leading to economic hardships for Iran and escalating tensions in the Middle East. While supporters praised the withdrawal as a strong stance against a perceived threat, critics warned it could isolate the U.S. diplomatically and push Iran closer to nuclear weapons development. The decision had long-lasting effects on U.S.-Iran relations and stability in the region. Number 2. The First Step Act, 2018. In December 2018, Donald Trump signed the First Step Act, a bipartisan criminal justice reform bill aimed at reducing mass incarceration and improving prison conditions. The law focused on reducing mandatory minimum sentences for certain nonviolent drug offenses, expanding early release programs, and implementing rehabilitative measures to lower recidivism rates. It also retroactively reduced sentences for individuals convicted under outdated crack cocaine laws. The legislation was widely praised for addressing long-standing inequities in the justice system, with support from both conservatives and progressives. While some critics argued that it was only a small step toward comprehensive reform, the First Step Act remains one of Trump's most notable domestic achievements. Number 1. Withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan and Syria. Donald Trump's decision to withdraw U.S. troops from Afghanistan and Syria marked a significant shift in American foreign policy and fulfilled one of his key campaign promises to end endless wars. In 2019, Trump ordered the withdrawal of most U.S. troops from Syria, which sparked criticism over the potential abandonment of Kurdish allies and concerns about a resurgence of ISIS in the region. Similarly, Trump announced plans to reduce U.S. forces in Afghanistan, culminating in a deal with the Taliban in February 2020 to facilitate a full withdrawal. While supporters applauded these moves as steps toward reducing U.S. military entanglements abroad, critics argued that they left behind unstable regions and weakened American influence. The consequences of these decisions were felt deeply as the Biden administration completed the Afghanistan withdrawal in 2021 under chaotic and tragic circumstances, reflecting the complexity of Trump's approach to ending prolonged military engagements. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more such content, don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into the stories that matter. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.